right
I
here.
wouldn't mind starting up here on the
Okay.
road
Yeah,
and
yeah.
getting an
Okay.
idea of water. This probably goes fine down this way.
Yeah, yeah.
And then I'd like to look at that building really quick just to get some numbers. And then we can start looking at the plots.
Yeah,
I mean,
yeah.
they look like typical plots to me, you know. And you have a great valley here to be able to lay out plots like that.
Yeah, yeah.
And then I already noticed this is really wet back in here.
Yeah, it is.
This is the first thing I noticed, and most of it's probably coming from this building.
You think so?
Oh yeah.
Oh wow.
Today, I was searching for a permaculturalist to come give us input on the property, on the land, and to just how to manage the water, the springs on the property, the idea of a pond that we can all share. And I was just blown away because I found out that a guy from our local farmer's market, a market farmer here locally, had a previous career as a permaculture designer and consultant.
I'm Cliff Davis. I have a farm just about 20 minutes south of here, over in Summertown, 50 acres, called Pig and Leaf. I used to teach permaculture and do design consulting all over the United States and in other countries. I've lived in other countries and farmed in other countries as well. Kind of been going at this for a couple decades. Found out about permaculture when I was in my early 20s and kind of said that's really what I want to do for the rest of my life. And I'm here today to help assess the property, see what's going to be good, what's going to be bad, kind of get an idea of overall design strategies, and trying to get some understanding of what the people want, but also what the land wants, and then try to integrate those two together.
Well, I'm one of a large family, so there are 7 siblings and my parents, all who have grown up, grew up in the city. My granddad had land, we got to go ride horses and be around cattle and other animals and stuff growing up, but we all lived in the city and did music. So as we've started to have our own children, now we just had our 5th, over the last few years we've wanted to really create an environment for our families that was what I had at my granddad's growing up, where you had this connection to the land and nature, and how to do that well. That's begun a multi-year process of, say, moving out of the city, finding a piece of property, and building our studio here, because we're audio-visual creators. We create TV shows and albums and do music. But now we've been here a couple of years and are finally at the point where we're ready to start building homes and actually creating really the community that we've wanted to create for a long time. So this is a bit of a social experiment. We're saying, like, is it possible to really build 8 family houses and actually live in proximity with your family? Something that the modern world says that is not possible. You can be next to strangers, but if you live next to your family, it's going to be a nightmare. What are the older ways of living in community with one another, of relying on each other, of respecting other people's privacy? Yeah, sure, but also finding a deeper level of commitment and of being yoked together as you seek to live a good life, a happy life, a blessed life. Now, following our kind of walk around the property, we're about to do a design charrette, to have like a sketch party between Cliff, our permaculture designer, and Jeff Sheekey, who is our pattern language loving architect with experience in this triple brick multi-century housing construction mode, really begun by Clay Chapman in Oklahoma, that we are seeking to implement here at the family homestead. So anyway, thanks for being here, and we're looking forward to seeing how this all plays out.